Hey, short britches, have you got a porch for that swing? I'm so lonely. You know I haven't been home since the spring. She says she loves me, but I know she wouldn't mind if I never came home again. Just keep the money rolling in. Just keep the money rolling in. To get to the job in Montana, from where I live, you have to take 2 ferries and 4 airplanes. I was searched 4 times with metal detectors, had to empty my pockets and hand luggage, take off my shoes, my belt, everything out of the suitcase. Notebooks, underwear, brassieres, medicine, playing cards. The trip took 2 days and filled 3 credit cards, and the last leg was from Forsyth to Coldstrip, Montana, 150 miles through scrubby tumbleweeds and desert, and the only way to get there was by taxi. Home is the Super 8 motel and a woman called Lenora handing me coffee in a styrofoam cup. She said, "You better get ready now. You're on night shift. You only got half an hour." It's the kind of town where everyone knows everybody's business. It's the kind of town where the hotel desk clerk will drive you to work. And when we got to the gates of the Montana power plant, a security guard stopped us and asked if we had any drugs, alcohol, or firearms. And Lenora said, "Why, sure, Bill, what do you need?" Inside, I sit down with a newspaper and 60 gritty American Boilermakers with handlebar mustaches and divorces hanging from their belts like scalps. Scars from bottle fights and gunshot wounds, stabbings and car crashes, scars from barroom brawls, from laying out their motorcycles and making love. Because this is America, home of the brave, land of the free, where there is no medical, so you heal rough because you can't afford the stitches. And there is no dental subsidy, so your teeth stay missing. And there is no federally funded technical college where you can earn your journeyman papers. But there is a lot of prison here. So you pick up your trade in the joint with 4-letter words inked onto your knuckles, or through a labor retraining program when you are nearly 50, because you've poisoned yourself for 18 years at the Anaconda copper smelter, and now it's shut down and they've canceled your pension. Everyone is talking and nobody is talking to me. I feel like a rabbit in a coyote colony. The safety orientation is 4.5 hours. The super heavy wall tube welding test was another 3. After a criminal record check, immigration, confirmation, social security card application, submission of a urine sample for the purposes of testing for drugs and alcohol, I am permitted to begin employment. 15 of us fit in the freight elevator. It is crowded, but there is a strange halo of space around me. I feel like an elk surrounded by hunters, all trying to get close, but not too close, as though there are antlers growing out of every part of my body. In 2 days, I lose my hotel room because everything has been booked way in advance for the maintenance shutdown. Lenora hooks me up with Doreen, who is subsidizing her Bible franchise by renting out her adolescent daughter's room. I meet Doreen in the only restaurant in town, also a bowling alley called the Coal Bowl, and load my suitcases in with the Bibles. This town has a grocery store and a gas station with a small casino in it. It has a Harley shop and a park and a laundromat with a small casino in it. Home is a yellow nondescript rancher 17 miles outside of town on the side of the highway. There is a pile of dirt in the driveway and an American flag taped to the window. Home of the brave. The walls are covered in photographs and dead animal heads. The photographs depict her son, who is in jail, and her daughter in a short skirt standing under a movie marquee under a sign that says XXX, hot, hot, hot. The animal heads have glassy brown eyes that follow me from room to room. The photograph of her husband is a wild-eyed psychotic with a shotgun and a brace of ducks. She tells me that he is coming home from the detox tomorrow, so we'll be living together, but she is going to stay with her mother. Land of the free. It was then that I asked about the axe-shaped splintered holes in the door to my bedroom. She told me a story about her daughter having a temper tantrum and destroying her room, which seemed reasonable under the circumstances. After she was gone, I noticed that the holes were larger on the outside of the door. They had been made by someone on the outside of the door, on the outside, trying to get in with an axe. At work, one of the fellows asked me, "So how are you getting along?" And I said, "Well, I'll tell you. I've moved to a house a day's walk from nowhere. The owner is away. She thinks everything that happens to her is a postcard from Jesus. Her daughter is making dirty movies in California. Her son is in prison, and her husband is a compulsive gambler, psychotic, alcoholic, gun nut, and hunter. He's coming out of the dry out tomorrow, so we'll be roommates. And there are axe holes the size of my head in my bedroom door. What do you think?" and my colleague said, "Sounds like you need to move. How about I pick you up tomorrow around 2? And I thought, feminist principle? Axe murderer. Feminist principle? Axe murderer. And I said 2 o'clock would be fine. That would be fantastic. Thank you. I'll be ready at 2 o'clock.